Hello, is it gains you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your bank. Welcome people to another episode of the Crypto Mass. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, coming to you from the Church of Suppotology, the church that delivers you gains and holiness and cleanliness. You are blessed. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be looking at your suggestions. We are going to be also looking at my criteria of how you can turn a coin into, or should I say $10,000 on a coin into a lavish house or a pension fund. I'm going to be showing you examples of how I've done it and what I have looked for in order for you to be able to make better investment decisions. I'm also going to be bringing you a yield farm, which is very, very new, is currently giving out incredible APY, and I'm going to be giving that at the end of this video. So make sure that you stay tuned, watch all the way through. So, who have we got in the house today? Let's have a look. Now people say, oh, say my name. Well, make sure you're in very, very early. So Mike Freeman, Patrick Stock, Sky No Limit, Chris Rhodes, Alpa, Kronos, Brandon, Priscilla, Ethan, Joe, Carlos, Roshan Gale, Conrad, Lisa Marie, Noreen, Fire Up, Glinbert, Brian, Rock, Ryan Sherlock, Crypto7, Johnny Bacco, Christian, Jacqueline Young, Sando TV, Lindsay, Joe, Andrews, Zarlux, Digital Success Online, Mohit, Eugen, Mivek, Krosnos, oh no, I said Krosnos, Blair, Dan, Devin, Scratch TV, Crypto Guy, Believe Crypto, Katie Watt, Alex, Ali, Jake the Red, Roy, Dylan, Naren, Daniel, Mohammed, Harshit's here again, Box Prodigy, Christian Torres, Brian, fantastic. Great to see you guys. Believe Crypto says still bullish on Razor. Yes, I mean it's gonna do well, I think, over the bull market. Yes, for sure. And I think it's having pretty good growth, to be honest with you. Now, let me just share this out to the Twitterverse before I get into what I believe to be incredible content. This is content you should not miss. People who miss this is, quite frankly, idiotic. Oh, by the way, people, I haven't yet said it, so make sure that you smash the like, subscribe if you haven't already, because we're in a new home. We've got now 6,000 subscribers, which is mwah. And also hit the bell notification so you don't miss these insane videos, because I want to make sure that you guys are sorted. I want to make sure you are living in the best place. I want to make sure that you are pensioned up for life. You don't need to invest in a pension fund. You're pensioned up for life due to cryptocurrency gains. Now, the reason why I'm bringing you this video is because I have just bought another house. I've got a house which I live in. I'm now buying another house where I am going to be renting to someone. And my plan is to actually be using my profits to invest in real estate, essentially to crystallize the profits. Property is going nowhere. If in this increasingly digital world where everything is going digital, NFTs are going digital, worlds are going digital, everything's going digital, paintings are going digital, everything, cats, pets, everything is going digital right now. But the one thing that is never going to go digital is a place to live and a place to work. And for that, you need property, you need bricks and mortar. So I am investing in these things with my crypto profits. How? Because I have been making 100x's. Now, if you remember what I said in my last video, essentially, I only get into a cryptocurrency where I can make 100x, 50 to 100x. Now, today was my latest 100x. So I got into BitMax all the way back, I think it was around about April 2019. At the time, I invested 100 Ethereum, which was, I think, about $25,000 into this. And it was a 1 cent cryptocurrency. Today, it has gone over $1. I think it was $1.01, because I sold some at $1.01, so it would be. It says here 99.6, but actually, it did go higher. So that's 100x in the books. There's another 100x here, which is Phantom. Now, Phantom was one that I got into at 0.004 or 5. This is about 150x for me. Over 200x if you actually go to its highest price, about 84 cents. So the profits are coming in thick and fast. Now Phantom and Bitmax are ones I invested in 2 years ago, but I hold. You know, I do say do as I say, not as I do, right? Because I want you guys to make sure that you at least have something. But I play the game incredibly risky. I don't take out a single thing. Not a single thing. I did sell some Bitmax all the way back in, I think it was, I think it was like about 2 or 3 months after it came out, because it went from 1 cent to 19 cents. And I took a little bit out, and yeah, I took that night. I took like literally about $10,000 worth out. So hardly anything, right? But I've kept everything up until today, right? So anyway, yeah. So there we are, people. So you have to wait. You have to wait for these things to mature. Buy in despair. I bought in 2019, basically right in the thick of despair, and yeah, I held on. And over time, with bear markets, it takes it right up. That is where the starting point happens. So my latest one, this is the one that I think is next. I think this is one of my more later investments. I invested $10,000 into Linear when it was 0.003 of a dollar. And today it has hit $10.2, which makes it around about 37x. So it's a third of the way to 100x. And it is over halfway to a 50x. So, you know, so there we are, people. So I'm going to show you exactly what I look for when I am investing, because that will help you to do exactly the same thing. Did you get happy today? Yes, I did. Can't you see? No, I did. I have got happy, yes. And Chain Guardians. What's your opinion about Algorand? I don't really have a strong opinion about Algorand. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's a train that's left the station. So Happy and Chain Guardians are also new ones. They are very new. You know, Happy, I think, essentially 27x off the bat, straight off the bat, and then it's calmed down since. So anyway, let us pray. Let us pray, Team Super. So. Where we are at the moment as far as Bitcoin is concerned, because this will have wider repercussions, peeps. That's what you've got to remember. So today we have hit, so we're currently on $56,632. We have hit as high as $57,402, which in essence was only $800 off an all-time high. Right? Now we have got, so these are perfect. People who say, oh, Superman, you can't do technical analysis. They're literal idiots, because my technical analysis has been incredibly on point lately. So I was showing you yesterday that the price should go up to about 55,000. And that was when it was at about, I can't remember what it was at, but it was much lower than that. It was around about here, wasn't it? So it was about, I can't remember. But anyway, whatever the case, right? It did actually explore 55,000. It then went down. It hit this, what was previously, it actually just has been resistance for a while. So it hit this resistance mark, went down, failed, but then overnight, bang, went right up to it and through it, and now we are on the precipice of it. So it's still acting kind of as resistance. So either way, it has led to altcoin season being incredibly buoyant. So yesterday this was about 61, now it's 65. Right, so this makes way for big rushes like what happened with Bitmax. So let me just, I've got quite a lot to get through today. So let me move fast. Let's see what impact this has had. So let's have a look at the top 100 biggest gainers. Theta. Basically, they've topped it twice. BitTorrent. Bitcoin Gold, Basic Attention Token, Torchain. God, they're shit. None of those are very good. Hashgraph, though, 21 cents. Let's have a look in the watch list, seeing what's doing well in the small cap area. I will get to your questions as well, people. Let's have a look and see what's doing well here. Paid network. What? Is this people making gains from, you know, just trading a useless token or something? 217. And then polkadot, ramp, paint up 15% today. Linear 13%. This was actually 25% earlier. Berry data continues its recovery. Crust $27 now. Stuffy nearly $3. Razor 63 cents. Umbrella $4.4%. So some good ones, and also not some good ones. EasyFi's going down a little bit, surprisingly. So so I'm gonna move on to the first item on the agenda. So how does one turn themselves? How does one get $10,000 and turn it into a $500,000 house? Right, that's what I'm going to essentially show you right now. So, bear with me. Let me just make sure this comes out in the right order. Yes, it will. Right, okay. So, it's going to be a slideshow because the Suppoman is a teacher. If you have got one of my Udemy courses, you've been taught well. Anyway, so I'm going to call this the 10K to a house pension criteria. How do you do it? How do you turn 10K, which I have done, 5 occasions. Ethos was my best by far. And there's a few others. Phantom, Bitmax, Icon. There's quite a few. There's quite a few examples. But anyway, how do you do that? How do you turn 10K into house and pension? You can also turn 10K into fuck all. But, you've got... All you need is one win. All right? So anyway, how do you do it? What do you look for? These are my criteria. This is what I look at before I invest. Now, if you have been watching my most recent presentations on cryptocurrencies I think are going to do well, like yesterday's Refinable, the previous day Happy, then you will know kind of what I look for. But I'm going to show you, and this is going to give you an understanding as to why when people say, oh, Superman, what do you think of Algorand? Or what do you think of something that's already blown up? My answer's, what's the point? So, I tend to look for things that are 300K to 5 million market cap. When I got into Ethos, it was 300K. That was a 320x that was for me when I sold in the bull run of 2017. It was a 320x I did in 6 months, right? Then Bitmax, that was 1 to 2 million. I can't really remember what the supply was. It was obviously 1 cent as a token. Now it's about $700 million valuation. But it hasn't got 700x, but obviously more coins have gone into circulation over time. But I got into it when it was around about 1 to 2 million. A Phantom I got into when it was around about 1.5 million. And Linear I got into at 1.4 million. Right? So this is my window. Anything above this is not a long... This I'm not going to go big on. I will not go big on. I will probably put in... Okay, like for instance, Chainlink and Polkadot. I did go big on those, but that's because I thought they had incredible elasticity in their price. I don't think they're going to necessarily make me 100x in a short period of time, but I do think that they could, and they did, make me 10x's. Right? So... yeah, so I go big on some of which I think are going to be very long lasting. ADA I also got into. ADA I can't remember what the market cap was of ADA at the time, but it was 2 cents and it was very, very early. But again, I go into them very, very low. So this is now my criteria to go big. Happy was 912k. Chain Guardians was about 300k. Refinable, I don't know. What is that? That's 3 million? So that is basically that's what I like. That's my ideal. That's the holy grail window. Anything above that, don't bother. Okay, maybe if it's 5 million, 100,000, maybe. But this is the window that I particularly like. Hence why my emphasis is on low caps. But you can't just go for it because there are thousands you can pick within this window. Doesn't mean they're any good. So this is just the opening. That is for the scale of the rise. Then I look for venture capitalists. Now, if you've taken my DeFi course, you will know how I find venture capitalists in my project. But in a lot of cases on the website, you will see it. I will show you in a minute with Linear. Linear had one big powerhouse and a few the up and coming. So I tend to look for one big 8 VC. One big 8, right? So that is either Fenbushi, FBG, Pantera, NGC, Arrington XRP, Polychain, GBIC. I can't remember the other one. I can't remember it. But those are the big 8. And then you've got Binance and Coinbase. Those are 2 other big 8s, but I don't call them big 8 VCs. Those are just 2 massive crypto businesses. And then I look for, and in the absence of one big of those ones I've just mentioned, I look for 3 of the mid 10, right? So there's the big 8 and the mid 10. So the mid 10 includes AU21, Genesis Block Ventures, Moonrock, Vendetta, Ferrum Ventures, Kinetic. There's so many names, it's very difficult to keep. But I look for 3 of those. And if I get 3 of those and one big VC, I'm definitely going all in. So a lot of the ones that I've shown you recently that are low caps, they're not micro caps like number 1, but low caps like Perlin, for instance, they've got big ones, and that is why they do really well. And the reason why is because if you have got one of the big 8 VCs or 3 of the mid 10 VCs, then you have potentially got an opening to other whale investors, people with high net worth, and influencers. So I speak to some of these VCs. In fact, it was VCs in the past that got me to learn about why it's so important to have a VC in the projects that you invest in. So BitMax, they had Bitmain, they had FBG, either FBG or Fenbushi, and they had Talk Ventures. And one of my friends worked at Talk Ventures, and that taught me the importance, because that's been a slam dunk pretty much. So yeah, so you need them because they are connected to rich people and influencers. So if you should so happen to see one of the biggest YouTubers talking about, I'm not going to say who, but if you see one of the big YouTubers talking about a cryptocurrency, normally they have been connected to that cryptocurrency via a venture capitalist, right? Or via a contact. So that's why, right? It ensures growth, either from how they are telling their friends about it who also get in, or how they tell influencers about it. People on crypto Twitter, people on crypto YouTube, people that do blogs, Reddit posts, articles, they are connected, right? So that's why you need them. So to take a 300k to 5 million through to mid caps, 250 million range, you need these VCs. It hooks them up easy. But that's not all you need. You also need this cryptocurrency needs to solve a scalable pain. And when I say scalable, something that is felt by many. All right, so one of the reasons why Binance Smart Chain, for instance, is doing so incredibly well is because that is kind of alleviating the pain of Uniswap fees in Ethereum, right? And that's why QuickSwap, AnySwap, a lot of these feeless or low-cost transaction fast networks have been going up because there's a huge pain in it. Ethos was my first ever scalable pain because as a teacher, there were people saying to me, I can't buy on Coinbase, I can't buy on this, I can't buy on that because it doesn't accept my currency. I haven't got a fiat on-ramp. So that's why Ethos, in my opinion, was, and still as of today, is still doing it. They provide an on-ramp for various people who can't get in, like people in America, Texas, or whatever. So it has to solve a scalable pain. And if they are solving it, but they are solving it with other people, other projects are also doing the same thing, are they doing it uniquely? So why I like Happy is because that is a step above Razor, Umbrella, API 3, and Chainlink ultimately, right? So that's why Happy are actually solving a massive pain. Not only have they got one of the best products, which is Oracles, to solve that pain, but they are solving a pain that everybody feels, which is basically the threat of rug pulls, the threat of attacks on your cryptocurrency that you've invested in that could send the value 10xing down like happened with Paid Network. So you need something that solves a scalable pain, something that's felt by many, not felt by no one. So another thing is EasyFi. So EasyFi, the lending process costs around about $150 to $400 if you do it with the Ethereum network. If you do it with them, where they are utilizing Matic, then you are able to do it much faster. Matic is going to be another 100x for me, in my opinion, because that is got a massive trajectory, and I invested in that super early too. I invested in that way before 1 cent. Anyway, So do they do it uniquely? Do they do it faster or cheaper? Right? If that is the case, then it makes it different. It gives it a reason to keep going up. It gives it a market advantage. So if you've got these three things, mwah. Now, what you also got to make sure is that it is a trending cryptocurrency. So at the moment, DeFi, NFTs, and fast transactions and cheap transactions, right? So is it currently within what is popular right now? And if it isn't, is it something that's going to be popular in the future? Right? So you've got to be predicting narratives. So when I got into linear, nobody knew what linear was. Nobody knew what synthetic assets were. They didn't really understand what synthetics, the project, was. And there was no real understanding of the derivatives field, really. And then over time, synthetics is absolutely powered up. It's gone from a 400 million cryptocurrency to multi-billions. And linear has been taken along the way with it. So you've got to be able to predict future narratives. So if it's not a current narrative, is it something that's coming up in the future? Not is it something of the past. That's something you've got to steer away from. So when people say, oh, Super, what do you think of this coin or that coin from 2019 or 2018 or even further back than that, like Digibyte of 2015 or whatever, then I don't care about those. Because they're not the future. They're not now and they're not the future. They are the past, right? And yes, the past may have some merit. In a bull market, probably still go up. But if you want something to have real high ability, like to surge, then you need something that is trending, right? Which is why in my videos recently, I've been bringing you microcaps in the NFT and DeFi space and yield farming space. Because it's got to be popular. It's got to have the ability to get a good ratio of market cap to actual volume. If you've got something that is a 20 million market cap and it's being traded, it's got like $1,000 of trade volume, it's shit, it's not relevant, it's not popular, it may have everything else, but it's nothing else. So you've got to make sure that it satisfies all four of these. And then lastly, really in an ideal world, it'll have mass market appeal. Something that we are looking for in crypto is that bridge that brings the masses over. The bridge where the masses see there is actual real use benefit in using the crypto system of doing things than using the traditional system of doing things. So mass market appeal does actually favor DeFi because DeFi is way more attractive than going to banks and interest rates or savings rates with banks. And also mass market appeal was something I saw in Ethos, because as people want to get into cryptocurrency, they need to have an easy on-ramp, something that's understood. They don't need to worry about private public keys or public addresses. They don't have to worry about sending from a Bitcoin address to a Bitcoin address and things getting lost if they send from Bitcoin to Ethereum. I want something very simple, easy to use on-ramp. So that is why I liked Ethos. So really having a mass market appeal. So if you've got these 5 things, you go from 10k to house and pension. That's basically how it works. And this is the exact formula, the exact checklist I have used to get where I am today. Right? So I don't see myself stopping here. With these 100x profits, there's so much you can do. You can save for your pension. Getting a house is in essence your pension. It's your security. So you need to think seriously. You can't just... Another thing, when you make your profits, yes, it's easy to look at them and think, oh yeah, that 100x could 200x and 300x and 400x. And you don't have to sell your entire positions, but what I would say is that you've definitely got to make it real. Don't just keep looking at your portfolio and seeing this magic money that's going up, either up or down, depending on where the market's moving. You need to take those profits out and you need to invest in something that is long-lasting and that is appreciating. I did buy a Tesla, yes. I could buy a Lamborghini, yes, but I don't want to buy a Lamborghini because it's a depreciating asset, unless I get, of course, one of the rare ones. But it's a depreciating asset. I don't want to get depreciating assets. Like, you want to be getting these gains so that ultimately when you are in your later life, you are able to live comfortably. No money worries. And it's still the time, people. It is still the time. So, what did thou think of this? Bear with me. Let me just get my thingamajiggy up. I really should stop saying that. So let's see what you guys are saying. Wow, $52. You have to forgive me. Obviously, I've been presenting, so I may or may not be able to get to your questions. So let me have a look. Britcoin, just because I was late, I don't want detention. Thank you very much, Britcoin. I appreciate that. Hey, Suppo, could you check out Curio? Okay, I need to make sure I don't forget these, so I'm gonna write them down. So Curio. Is it recommended we get Happy from PancakeSwap instead of Uniswap, save on gas fees? Whichever way you can get it. Happy is just 6 million market cap. And have a look at Happy shortly. Regarding your criteria, would you still enter in Happy at the current price 6.5 million? I've just said it's 300k to 5 million is what I look at as the absolute sweet spot. Just outside of that, yes, of course, it definitely is possible. You can still do it. All I'm saying is that the multipliers are increased or enhanced the lower you get it. Can you look at Kava? I've looked at Kava. It's junk. Well, it's not necessarily junk, but it has already kind of moved. It's already kind of gone. I think that's it. Have I gotten to the end? Oh no, no, I haven't. Thank you very much, Lisa. I appreciate the $10. That is much needed in the Suppoman, for the Suppoman to keep on investing for the future. Thank you, Lindsay. Congratulations on 6k subs. Totally deserved, loving evening mass. Thank you very much. I love the collection plates progress here. What's a good entrance on CGG? What is CG? Oh, is that Chain Guardians? I have to have a look at it. Is Car Vertical dead completely? Yeah, it's dead. It died ages ago. I sold it yonks ago. Like, it's fucked up crap. A BSC starter. Anyway, right, okay. Okay. So, first one, Curio. Let me have a look at this. Curio. 1 million. 8. Wow. So, this is nearly 1-to-1 ratio. So, let's have a look at this. It has been 83 cents. I'm thirsty. I've shared my thoughts on TBK. It's very good. Invest like a world-class collector. Join Curio Invest today and invest in classic cars, limited edition hypercars starting with little. This sounds just like Bitcar. It sounds just like Bitcar. And Bitcar died. Make it easy. 500 rare cars, Porsche, Bugatti, McLaren, etc. Huobi, Changely. These are basic exchanges. Let me just have a look. See if Curio. Because I am Curio. Oh, wow. 502 viewers. What the? Right, let's have a look at Curio. Is it on here? Yes, it is. Oh, wait a minute. Curio Invest. 2 Curios. Curio and Curio Invest. Moonwhale. This has got one of them. This has got one of the mid 10. Let me just see if Curio Invest is actually any different. Curio Invest may actually be the one here. Invest like a world-class investor. No, it might be that one, and there are no venture capitalists in that one. The other there's another Curio, which is on Curio. That's not this one. Right, okay, so it doesn't actually have one of the big 8. Another coin you may want to look into is StormX. StormX. $50! Jesus, thank you very much, David. M. Cuban is a bronze member. Okay, I will check out. I will check it out. I'll check it out now. So this looks okay for speculation, but yeah, NFTs is car collecting or valuing cars. It's another type of NFT, I suppose. Yeah. Right, StormX. I'm sure I've seen this one actually. 106 million already. But it's got a 2-to-1 ratio. The volume is 47 million, so that's pretty high. This ain't gonna be a make the house with it though. I just don't see it. Because basically, how you have to think of it is, if this 10x's, it's 1 billion, right? Now, is this really, if it 100x's, there's going to be, what, 10 billion? 10 billion. That could happen, but it seems unlikely. Easy way to earn crypto, no complicated crypto jargon, just sign up, shop. It's obviously doing very well. 750 stores. Right, this has a little bit of mass market appeal. Solves the scalable pain, I suppose, in terms of being able to convert crypto into real money, ultimately. I think you may also be able to avoid tax in that instance. Because you're spending at a rate that doesn't go over the threshold, perhaps. So this might be a good way of long-term spending your cryptos. So, okay, let me have a look at StormX. Remember, it needs to satisfy all of my criteria. It needs to have VCs. Right, StormX, who've they got? GBIC. So they got one of the big eight. So that's normally would be enough, but it's not 5 million. So, but that gives you this is a live example as to why this is 105 market cap and why they've got high volume. Because of connections. Remember this, people. Connections. That is why we go for the big ticket investors. So, okay, thank you very much for StormX. Let me have a look and see Happy at the moment. 130. $82. So that is basically a 8x. 8 point. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that circulating supply. All right. Okay. So that's why it's apparently 6 million market cap. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. That looks good. I would check that, though. I would check that. Yeah, so Happy, I think, is at a relatively good price. Could calm down a little bit more, or it could absolutely spike. This was 314 at one point, so essentially this is now 4x'd down nearly. In which case, pretty good, I think. Chain. So imagine the people that may have gotten in at $200, and think how much of a better position you're in now. Chain Guardians has not got updated metrics, but I think this is a good one. It's gamification. 28 million. Again, maybe worth waiting until we've got actual figures. Right, okay. Before I move on, I wanted to let you know of a new yield farming platform, okay? So, yield farming has gotten slightly saturated lately. You are seeing anything from slavery to Dr. Mario pills, save gorillas, feed gorillas, whatever. All sorts of stupid shit right now. But at the moment, this is one that is looking like it's a relatively safe bet. So they've had their migrator code removed. And this has come out of Team Suppo. So it's not like it's a completely anonymous team. So I've heard of this from Team Suppo, and in the what's it called? In the Telegram group. So if you haven't yet, make sure you join the Telegram group. So bswaps.com is what this is. So yeah. So at the moment they've only got $299,000 locked, 103,000 market cap. But check this shit. Check this out. So in the farms, 42,000% APY. And as you go down, there's hardly anything that's not a 5-figure percentage. In fact, there is nothing that is. If we have a look at the hives, now earlier when I saw this was like 123,000%. But at its present time, even with some of the, because it's risky to expose yourself to the actual B token. It's currently $7.30. It's risky to, just like it was with Viking, to expose yourself to the B token, because that is actually going to get probably, it's going to go through all sorts of volatility. Last time I went with DOT, that's 13,000%. 13,000%. The earlier, the better, I suppose. So yeah, so this is known to Team Suppo, right? So yes, this is known to Team Suppo. Apparently, well, actually, it was Lisa Marie who told me about this. So so this is known. I think Lisa personally knows them. In which case, this is not a likely rug pull. Okay, this is not a likely, even with an exploit, because migrator code is not necessarily everything. So what I would encourage you to do, if you want to know more about this, is probably go into the Bswap Telegram group. Is that on here? English. Right, let's have a look. Bswap Finance. They've got 238 members. If you wanted to ask questions, grill the developers, see if it's safe. I'm not actually farming on here, so I can't truly say. I've not spoken with anybody about this, but it seems to check out from a what's the word? Reliability point of view, and the rewards look absolutely insane. They look absolutely insane. So earlier the better. Earlier the better, people. Right. So so yeah, bswaps.com. Now let's take some more questions. What do you think of Vortex DeFi? Good one. That's a good question. That's a good question. Right, so Vortex. Let's have a look at Vortex then. Because this is, when I looked at this the other day, this was like 5 million? That's 3 million. Actually, no, I think it was about 3 million when I looked at it the other day. 635,000. Now, I heard Box Mining talking about Vortex DeFi. He seemed like he was quite confident about this. I'm surprised it's not grown though. I'm surprised given the current market cap. In DeFi, it's in something where you can actually earn yield. You don't tend to see many of the venture capitalists actually saying they've gotten into it. But let me have a look and see if X21 are in this. X21, I would say, are definitely turning up in more. So I would say these are probably within the mid-10s. So it does look quite good. It's an incredibly, what I need to do is what they seem to have was quite a suite. So pay, insure, yield, swap, NFTs. They seem to have quite a few arms, which I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing, funnily enough. I can't tell if that actually makes them too much of a jack of all trades and not a master of none, or actually are they building into it investable qualities? Oh, they already had it down here. X21 and Vendetta. This looks like it could be good. This looks like it could be quite good. Would I put 10k into it? I don't know if I would. But it does look quite good. It certainly hits a bit. It all depends on the scalable pain and do they do it uniquely, faster and cheaper. BitGar! You remember the BitCar video? Yes, so do I. Good days, good days. Bear with me. Just looking for your questions, people, by the way. Just trying to see. Make sure I don't miss any super chats. Taraxa.io. Taraxa.io. Are they not on here? Taraxa. There they are. Let's have a gan. Taraxa is a public ledger platform purpose-built for audit logging of informal transactions. Let's have a look at this then. Tracking informal transactions. Trax is a public ledger purpose-built for audit logging of informal transactions. Why track them? Vast majority of the world's transactions are informal and uncaptured and unverifiable, often leading to costly confusion and disputes. Trax leverages inline capturing and audit logging. Decentralized infrastructure. Build with us. Our community has been the bedrock of Terax from day one. Public APY, record tagging, partners, Stanford, none of those are interesting. And I did go roadmap. So testnet, just check. Why have I heard the name Teraxa before? Let me see if I can find if they have actually been invested in Teraxa. Fenbushi Digital. I'm glad I looked at this because they didn't put that on there, did they? Fenbushi are investors. Long Hash, recognize that name, Long Hash. So Fenbushi Digital have invested in Hacken, Player, which hasn't done that great, DXChain, Seller, Certicate, 10x. Yeah, that is proper. That's proper Fenbushi. Right, okay. Yeah, so Fenbushi are in this. So, no idea of the market cap though. It looks okay. Is it? I guess I'd have to understand what they mean. NFY, it's the finance of NFTs. Already looked at it like a dozen times. So, but thank you very much, Tales from the Crypto Keeper, for making sure the Suppoman did definitely have it on his radar. $195. Where's all this coming from? Am I missing super chats? Bear with me a second. $20 from David. Thank you very much. Manny. So I think you will be very interested in Lattice. Looked at Lattice already. Built on DAG hypergraph, interoperability within blockchains, yada yada yada. Ridiculously low fees. See, what I don't like about Lattice is that it is a DAG. It's a constellation project, which is shite. If it was a hashgraph project, then I'd be well interested. So, but it seems interesting. I'm not going to look at it again because I've seen it already. Not a problem, Lisa. Haven Protocol. Let's have a look at this. Are we potentially seeing a new house here? Apparently a 10,000x from CNC Designs. It's 174. It's not going to be a fucking 10,000x, is it? And it's got 1 million. I look at these metrics. 1 million volume with 174 million market cap. That's a 1 in 170-ish, which is shit. Awful. Offshore banks. Seems like it's quite interesting, actually. Let me just have a look at Haven Protocol. How old is Haven? It's fucking ancient. May 2018. It's not done well yet. It's not going to do well. Anyway, but thank you for the contribution. Apologies for perhaps being a little bit cutting. $1,000 by the end of year. I just don't think that's feasible. About solving a problem, making things easier. Yield protocol, making yield farming easier. Do you believe in do you still believe? I don't think I ever said I believed in it as such. I just said it looked interesting. Sota. There's quite a few launching in this field. And thoughts on GoChain? Dead. GoChain's old. Yassine, thank you very much for your contributions, but I think that you're barking up a tree. It's microcap because it came out, died because no one thought it was any good, and essentially has just died a death because of it. Like, it's dead, alright? Please. The only thing that somehow has kept them alive is fucking Omi or Ikomai. Like, that shit should have died ages ago. Sorry, Ben. Goodenzi. Axia. Microcap gem. 4 million if it was fully diluted. Don't know what the current is. 268 volume. Doesn't sound like it's got a lot of interest. The ETH as well. ETH ecosystem. Bit boring. So you'll notice that, like, when I was talking about trending relevant narratives, yeah, you got DeFi, you got yield farming, you got polkadot, you got parachains, you've got Solana, Avalanche. That's the kind of thing we need to be looking at. You know, Ethereum, yeah, they've got scaling coming up and bollocks, but you know, it's a dying ecosystem. Like, personally, I think it's a dying ecosystem. Like, I think that we're going to start seeing some incredible stuff with Cardano now that it can happen. Is leader in cryptocurrency indexes? I don't think it's a leader in anything. Any Sing Azaz BSC starter. Remember, people, you check out Polka Markets, they have NGC and Moonrock invested. Polka Markets. I think what I didn't like about Polka Market, and also it's Polkadot, I think what I didn't like about Polka Markets is that it was polka, which I thought was stupid. I don't know what this translates to in market cap. Let me just have a look and see if it's on coinmarketcap. Polka. 26 mil. See, as far as I'm concerned, it's like, I'm going to work on an assumption I got in at 1 mil. It's 26x'd, you know? I'm already on the way to a house, right? But putting 10k in at this stage, for it to go to 10x, it will be a mid cap already. A 10x, I look for a 10x just for it to still be a low cap. So a 10x would make this it could probably still do well. Basically, what you have got here is you have got the exact project, but a bad entry. That's why you need all 5 criteria satisfied. David, thank you very much for the contributions. Fuck. Let me get to more recent. Can you check out Basics Protocol? Basics. Inia Glasson. Also in Bswap, thank you for being so honest. Farming is risky, but getting early into a decent project like Bswap as the dev is genuine, has great initiatives in the future. Thank you very much, Inia. You and Lisa doing quite a splendid job. Right, so 1,355,000 again, Ethereum. Let's have a look. And how long has this been around? Less than a month. Basics! And it's gone down 29%. What is it? Market buy launch app protocol. It's like you don't even know what it is. Let me just have a look and see if it's got any venture capitalists. What am I getting interviewed for? This is what you watch me for, people. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. And like this video if you want to get more educational videos that is going to step up your crypto game and step up your collateral. So that you have property to your name. That you've got things of value to your name. Team Suppo, bear with me. Let me just get on my pulpit. Team Suppo, I want you to be sorted for life. I want it to be so that in 10 years, We are the founding members of wealth. Like, the family members are coming up to us, and they're like, and they're like, oh, you're so, yeah, how did you make it? How did you make it? And it's like, cryptocurrency. Do you remember the cryptocurrency boom? I was in there early, before you guys were in it, and you guys were saying, oh, it's a scam, oh, you're going to lose your money, oh, it's magic money, it's a lot of crap. The other day when I was talking to the estate agent, when I was talking about the property that I've bought, he was like, oh, cryptocurrency, oh, that's gonna, oh, good thing that you're you know, getting your money out of there. It could all go down tomorrow. And I just thought, what a pellet. But that's what we're working with, people. But this is definitely the boom period. It's still happening. We still got 2 bull markets left before we are in 30-40% adoption, in which case the boom will be over. So I want you guys I want you guys sorted for life. No empty promises. This is why I don't take paid reviews. When people say, oh, Superman, can we pay you to talk about our cryptocurrency? I don't take paid reviews. I will not be paid, because I am not going to put shit in front of you. I am going to put in front of you what I personally believe is a great investment. I'm not going to say it's a great investment because I've been paid to. I'm going to say it's a great investment because I think it is, and I think it can make you money. If it doesn't make you money, I'm honest in my own heart. I feel in my own heart that I have done my best. I have tried to find what's investable about it. If it doesn't ultimately work out, it doesn't ultimately work out. But you just need one big hitter. And I've just shown you 3 massive hitters that I've had. And I've had it because of this exact reason. You know, I did like 4 videos about Phantom. I think hardly anybody did videos about Phantom. It got carried through because it had all the criteria. Alright, let me get back. So anyway, I want you guys to be sorted for life. So subscribe to the channel if you want to be sure to get the best of Suppo and what Suppo has to offer. When I think of PPay, I was the first person to talk about PPay out on crypto YouTube. So I think it's got a lot of growth ahead of it, especially if they've got a plasma swap coming. If you were to invest 1k today, which crypto would you invest in that has 100x? Yeah, funny. But thank you very much for the money, Katie. I mean, I give you what I believe to be good cryptocurrencies, but it's all about entry points. Like, I can tell you good cryptos. I've told you about Happy, and I've told you about Refinable, which is coming out. If you can get in at the right price, you're flying. You're flying. That's all you need. NFT on BSC. Check out MILFs. MILFs? What's this? Is this like waifu? MILFs. Oh, it's on CoinGecko. I'm going to have to go in 5 minutes. MILFs. In the UK, MILF stands for Mother I'd Like to F, base, or Mum I'd Like to, or Mom if you're American. We say Mum, M-U-M here. Please. So hello. What the fuck? This is fun. Okay, maybe it's not fun. I don't even know what this is. What is MILF anyway? MILF is part of the Yes Your Early Sweethearts ecosystem to give heavy discounts proportionate to your Yes holdings. What the fuck's it got to do with MILF though? Anyway, no, that's utter tripe. Chain Guardians, price predictions. I think it's probably going to 30x. Hey Super Umbrella settled over the last few weeks. What do you think is a good entry? Under my umbrella. I would have said the best entry. This is currently a 24-to-1 ratio, which are shit odds. At its current price. It's gone sideways. Let's see how long for. It's just been going sideways for the last month. Sideways. So, I don't know. See, the reason why I say to you to get into 300k to 5 million is because that's bulletproof. Getting in at this level is not bulletproof. If you bought at 48 million, it could go 40 million tomorrow. So yeah, so I'd go to another. If you haven't got in yet, I'd wait for another trade, unless you truly believe in it. NFY, it has pumped a lot. I was never really that keen on NFY. Sando TV, thank you for what you're doing. Best content by far on YouTube. Thank you, Sando TV. I appreciate that. What are your price predictions for Linear and Happy? I think that Linear is going to be about, well, I think Linear could get to the billions one day in terms of market cap. And it's only 140 billion now. So I would say it's easy going to get to $1. I would say $1.30. I think I've gotten to the end. Thank God. Right, no time for questions today. I apologise for the late stream. But yes, but anyway, I am constantly looking for the best cryptocurrencies out there. Anyway, people, thank you very much for being part of the Church of Supotology today. The church, the only cryptocurrency church that exists, and I am the head of it, and the head of Gainsatology. No, joke. Stop it with the puns. Anyway, people, hope you learned a lot from today's episode. Hope it's given you a yield farm to look at, some great criteria that you can apply. And I'm very stringent with this criteria. I go big if all of those things are satisfied. And believe me, if those things are satisfied, I will pick it up. And most YouTubers at some point will probably pick it up if it's got all of that criteria. Because if they have got big VCs, it's going to find its way to a YouTuber at some point. Anyway, people, I love you. You are great. If you didn't get your question answered today, make sure you come tomorrow. I will be back for another daily mass. So, the body of coins. Amen. The blood of gains. Amen. And peace be with you. Have a great day, people. It is lights out, all out.